Imagine a world where progress isn't a clear path forward, but a devastating choice. A place where prosperity demands the ultimate sacrifice, the very soul of a community. This is the story of Kamau, the elder of a small village nestled between mountains and whispering plains. Here, every sunrise is a song, and every harvest a prayer. But even songs can be forgotten, and prayers can lose their power. Welcome to the Promisky Folktale channel, where stories walk, spirits speak, and legends live again. If you love powerful African tales full of mystery, magic, and meaning, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And hey, tap the notification bell so you never miss a new story when it drops. Now, sit back and listen closely. For generations, Kamau's people lived by the wisdom of their ancestors. They planted when the moon was high, sang before the rains, and thanked the spirits when the crops grew tall. Their word was simple and sacred. But one morning, change arrived. Greetings. A voice called. People of the valley. I come from the city beyond the mountains, with gifts that will change your lives. Villagers gathered, whispering in awe. Kamau watched silently as the trader lifted his hands to reveal shiny tools, metal plows and blades that glimmered in the sunlight. I bring tools of iron and silver. The trader said. Machines that plow faster than 10 men. No more hunger, no more toil. All I ask is that you plant as I teach you. Forget these slow rituals and songs. Progress waits for no one. Kamau raised his hand for silence. The soil feeds us because we honor it, he said quietly. The spirits guard us because we remember them. If we abandon the songs, who will bless the seeds? The trader smiled, half amused. Blessings, he said. Or superstition. Elder, the world is moving forward. Don't let your people be left behind. The crowd murmured, some eager for change, others afraid. And among them stood Usha, Kamau's granddaughter, eyes bright with curiosity. Grandfather, she whispered, perhaps he is right. Our fields grow thin, our children hungry. Maybe this is what we need. Kamau said nothing. But in his heart, a storm was rising. That night, the fire crackled between them. Grandfather, Usha said softly, you taught me to listen to the land. But can't we listen to the world beyond it too? Kamau sighed. A tree that grows too fast forgets the strength of its roots. Our ways are not chains, child. They are rhythm. They are life. But what if our rhythm is slowing us down? Usha asked. Maybe the ancestors want us to move forward too. Kamau looked into the flames. Perhaps. But wisdom is not found in speed. It lies in knowing what must endure. Neither spoke again. The fire burned low, and the night whispered with doubt. Before dawn, Kamau walked to the sacred grove where his forefathers once prayed. The air was heavy with silence. He knelt before an old stone altar. Ancestors, he whispered, my people look to me, but my eyes are clouded. Show me the path that honors you, and keeps my people alive. The wind rose, swirling through the trees. A soft voice, deep and echoing, filled the air. Kamau, said the spirit of the ancestors, you stand between yesterday and tomorrow. Look, and see the paths before you. Before him, two visions formed. In one, golden fields stretched as far as he could see. The people laughed, feasted, and built great houses. But the old songs were gone, and the children no longer knew their ancestors' names. In the other, the villagers sang the ancient prayers, but their crops failed, and hunger spread like dust in the wind. Kamau trembled. Two paths, he whispered. One of the body, one of the soul. How can I choose which must have? The spirit answered, "There is no life without sacrifice, Kamau. But remember, the river flows only because it bends." Then the vision faded, leaving him alone with the first light of dawn. That morning, Kamau called everyone together. The trader stood proudly beside his shining tools. Osha watched from the crowd, her heart torn between hope and fear. "My people," Kamau began, his voice steady, "the ancestors have spoken. The future is not a road we must choose, but one we must build, together." The trader laughed. "You cannot build the future with songs, old man." Kamau smiled faintly. "No. But songs can teach us how to build with meaning." He lifted one of the trader's metal tools, heavy and gleaming in his hands. Then, to everyone's shock, he struck it against a stone, breaking it clean in half. Half metal, half tradition, a symbol of the choice before them. "We will plant as our ancestors taught," Kamau declared, "but we will use new knowledge to make the earth thrive. Every field will begin with a song to the spirits, and end with the strength of our hands." He held up the broken tool. "Neither the old nor the new alone can feed us. But together, they can keep us alive." For a long moment, no one spoke. Then Osha stepped forward. "Grandfather," she said, "you would keep both ways." "Yes, child," Kamau said gently. "A river that forgets its source dries before it reaches the sea." And slowly, one by one, the villagers began to sing, softly at first, then stronger. The planting song rose through the air, carried by hope and memory. Even the trader stood silent, listening. The seasons turned. The people worked the fields with the trader's tools but began each planting with their ancestral songs. The earth responded. The crops grew tall, the children laughed again, and the village thrived. They had found a rhythm that blended the old and the new. The trader left, shaking his head, but Kamau's people had learned something greater than wealth, balance. Years passed. Kamau's hair grew white as mountain snow. One evening, he stood by the field and listened as the villagers sang. The melodies were the same, but brighter, stronger, filled with new verses written by Osha's generation. Kamau smiled. The choice that once felt like loss had become the bridge between generations. After Kamau's passing, Osha became the new elder. Each planting season, she placed the broken tool on the altar, half metal, half stone, a reminder of her grandfather's wisdom. To the children gathered around her, she said, "Remember this, the river flows only because it bends. Tradition and ambition are not enemies, they are two hands shaping the same destiny." And when the planting songs rose again, they carried both the voice of the past and the heartbeat of the future. In that small village between mountains and sky, the spirit of the ancestors danced with the rhythm of progress. Not in opposition, but in harmony. For Kamau had taught his people that the soul of a community does not live in its past or its future, but in the courage to hold both, gently, in the present. And so ends the tale of the elder of two paths. A story whispered through generations. Of a man who learned that true wisdom is not in choosing one path, but in finding the strength to walk between them.